listen.
Hello guys, welcome to my next video. I hope you're all doing great. Before I start, I would like to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channel, as I recently reached 1000 subscribers. It really means a lot to me, or actually I should say us, because most of the time I work on those tutorials together with my girlfriend. She is an amazing classically trained musician and helps me a lot with preparing those tutorials. So it gives us a lot of confidence that what we are doing makes sense, and if only few people find it useful or inspiring, it makes us happy. It is really a passion project for us, and just one more way to be involved in music making, which we love. And hopefully we can help some people in a process to become better musicians or producers. So one more time, thank you, and let's get to the actual tutorial. First we have the kick drum that sounds like this. To create this kick drum, I use this new plugin called Thump One. It's free at the moment, so go and grab it. It's really great for many things, but in my opinion, it's especially great for creating kick drums. I can get a bit obsessive with kick drums. I can spend hours creating and layering different samples, looking for this perfect sound, perfect kick. And I tried most of the plugins that were created especially for this purpose, but at the moment this one is really my favorite. It sounds great, and it's really good to get this this sharp, punchy, modern techno kick drum. I'll show you how it works. It has a few parameters. Punch, that it controls the amount of pitch modulation. There are a few different wavetables you can choose from. Of course, there is drive. There is this bass layer that you can add to your sound, and level, which is basically a volume envelope. And in my opinion, punch is the most important one, because it's really easy to shape the sound of your kick drum with this. Generally, those envelopes, I think, is what makes this plugins great, because it's very intuitive. spectroscope so we can see what we are doing. And you can do crazy things like this. Where you create the kick and the bass layer at the same time. You can choose which part of the kick is more distorted. You can add this bass layer. So, as you can see, I was thinking about doing a separate video on this plugin. If that's something that you would like to see, let me know in the comments. Let's go back to our kick. So down in the description you can find a link to download or the Thump One patches I made for this track. So yeah, go and grab it together with the rest of the file for this project. I didn't use much effects on the kick channel. There is utility to make it mono and control the volume. EQ8 to get rid of some muddy frequencies at around 200 and some resonant frequencies at around 2K. And K-clip 0 at the end to shave off the peaks. We can bring out spectroscope so you can see all those peaks were shaved off. Next we have a bass line that sounds like this. And it actually consists of two layers. First one is this sub layer that I made again using Thump One. It's very good for creating basses as well. You can see I just pushed back the attack and the volume envelope. So it just fills the spaces between the kicks. And the second layer is this rolling bass line. It's made using Vital. And it's just two oscillators. And there's one LFO and filter cutoff and oscillator 1 waveform is assigned to this. First oscillator sounds like this. The second one plays this higher sound. As for the effects, there is compressor and the distortion with the beat crush to give it more bite and make it more present in the mix. There is an EQ8, so everything under 188 Hz are cut off, so it won't interfere with the sub layer. And together with kick, it sounds like this. On the bass layer there is also a sine chain. So without it sounds like this. So I just use it to duck it a bit when the kicks hit. As for the group processing, there is drum bass. You see, without it, it sounds much weaker. And sidechain compression to duck the whole group when the kick hits. And that's pretty much it for the bass line. Next we have hi-hats that sounds like this. There are two layers of them. First one is this open 909 hi-hat, and it plays the standard offbeat pattern. And the second one is the 909 closed hat. Here you can see the volume of the notes goes up, and also there are some notes like this one, and this one that I pushed a little bit off the grid, so the groove is a little bit more interesting. So that's it for the hats. Next we have those two screeches that sounds like this. They play this sort of call and response pattern. The first one, it's only two notes, C and D. And the second one is C and F. And actually the second one is the slightly modified version of the first one. I made both of them using Vital. And maybe I just show you how I made this sound from scratch. Let's take another instance of Vital. So we start with two oscillators. Sorry. Okay. Let's pick something more interesting. I think that the saw waveforms will work the best for this. Okay, let's stick with this. And let's take this first LFO and assign it to the pitch of both oscillators. And now we have something like this. Already pretty cool. Let's maybe change the amount of voices. put on some effects, maybe some reverb. Not too much though. And of course distortion. Sounds so much better. And let's play with the filter. Let's pick something more interesting. And maybe let's assign the same LFO to the pitch, to the cutoff of the filter. Sounds pretty interesting. Let's play with this. Let's maybe assign the same LFO for this. And let's play with the LFO shape. Okay, let's stick to the something more. So, as you can see, there are really no rules in creating those sounds. If it sounds interesting, if it fits your track, it's fine. So as you can see, there's a ton of fun in creating those sounds, and I think it was the most interesting part of this project. And as for the processing, you can see I just added some more distortion and saturation. For the first one, I add amp only with about 7% wet. For the second one, I use pedal. There are glue compressor on both of them and K-clip 0 to shave off some peaks. Together with the kick and bassline and hi-hats, they sound like this. Next we have this vocal that sounds like this. This is actually a Vital preset. It's from the free preset pack called Fractal Voices of Vital, I think. The link will be in the description. It fits perfectly to the vibe of the track, so I decided to use it. I put a few effects on this track. Overdose. 2 instances of shifter, one changing a pitch, and the second one changing the frequencies. So it sounds a bit more dirty and mechanic. And on the clip I also played with the pitch. So it goes down. I think just the intonation fits better with the rest of the track. And it sounds like this with the rest of the instrument. Next we have those 2 distorted percussive elements. First one sounds like this. And it's just a sample. It's like this this classic hardstyle distorted kick. I put saturator on this track, but it doesn't do much, to be honest. This kick is really distorted already, and then I just use EQ8 to get rid of the low frequencies. And the second one sounds like this. Again, I use Thump One to make it. It's just this really short, very distorted snare-like sound. I put an amp and a saturator on it. Maybe it's a bit of the overkill, but I want it to sound really dirty and distorted. It doesn't sound really pleasant on its own, but it works in a context of the track. Let me show you. It got through the mix nicely. So that's it, and we also have a clap. It's just nothing special about this clap. I think it's an Ableton stock sound. I just put an EQ8 on it and K-clip 0, like on most of the percussive elements, to shave off some peaks and make a bit of headroom. Next element is this laser kick that sounds like this. Again, I use Thump One to make this. It's also great for creating this kinds of sounds. And it's mostly made by manipulating this punch, which is basically a pitch envelope. Go back to our and there is not much going on the effects. There is EQ8 to get rid of the low frequencies. Utility. It was a bit too wide for my liking, so I just lower the width of this sound, and in the end there is peak zero again to shave off some peaks. And as you can see, there is a triplet grid, and actually this sound plays triplet, which is characteristic for the hardstyle. Next we got this pad that sounds like this. Most of the time it plays this one chord, A, B and C, and then it also plays this second one, A, C and D. I used Vital for this, and actually I just used a preset. It's a factory preset, I guess. It was exactly what I had in mind when I was thinking about the sound for this pad, so I just decided to use it. And here there is some automation. Of course there is EQ8 to get rid of low frequencies, and there is this auto filter that opens as the sound appears. We have a couple of sounds left, mostly samples. First is this impact samples, there are 3 of them. I put them in a breakdown for the more dramatic effect. There is an echo, but it works only for the second sample. See, now it's turned off. There is a second layer with the crashes. There is a reverse crash that serves like an build-up. The second one. And then it appears throughout the track to accent the certain part of the track and build the tension. Then we have this samples with the build-up snares. I admit I took a shortcut here, and instead of creating my own, I just used this sample that I had. And let's hear how all those elements work together in a breakdown. Oops, sorry. Okay, I think we have one more sound left. It's this stop down here. That sounds like this. It's the sample. I want one more melodic element, but I didn't want another screech sound. So instead I just used this classic rave stop. I pitched it up 4 semitones to match the rest of the track. You can see like in the original pitch it doesn't work as well. Last thing, we have those 2 return tracks here. The first one is room reverb, so basically most of the instruments except maybe kick and bass are put through this reverb to create this another layer, sort of another dimension. It gives depth to the sound. It's on its own, it sounds like this. So yeah, and the second reverb is just much bigger. The size is much bigger, and the decay is much longer. And I use it. I think I use it only on those impact sound in the breakdown. So that's it, guys. We covered all the sounds. I know this tutorial was a bit long, so if you're still watching, thank you. Thanks for watching, and let's listen to the fully arranged track, and see you in the next tutorial.